Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back. So today's crazy. Now we're waiting on the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to kind of give us his take of what our future is going to be. I think so. The crypto market is in limbo still, as it has been. It seems for a couple weeks now. But what's probably going to happen is probably going to spark a big inflow of money into the game, and I hope it does. It's going to pick everything back up. NFTs is coming at it's a weird position. NFTs and crypto are both down at the same time, and I think they're both going to come up at the same time. But here's something that I think we really have to start getting ready to plan for what's the next phase of the market. Take a little bit that you don't depend on this run, this market right now, currently and in short term. You don't need to pump it. Whatever you can put towards the future money, that's what you want to do. So say we're still in the bull bear cycle type thing. That may even be changing. But if you're in that, you want to plan for what can you do when the bear market is here, when everything's down and nothing's pumping really hard. You start worrying about your stakes, your interest rates, your ROIs, how you can make money when everything's down. Um, so I'm looking at staking apps. I'm looking at NFTs that provide some kind of worthwhile utility. Not saying the utilities making it a, I'll get you on a white list to buy other utilities. You know, like the pass. I can't remember what they called it. I don't want to buy something that puts me on the list to spend more money on more things that nobody wants. So bump all of that. Looking for NFTs that do something or generate a yield or have some kind of gaming attached to them or something that you can do, whether it's a play to earn game or just play for fun, but do something. So look for the NFTs that do something. Look for the coins, the strategies, the staking protocols, things that will generate money in the bear market as well. Because you could just put your money in cash in USD, stick it out on one of these like Celsius or BlockFi, and probably get 6, 8%. That's good. That's better than zero. And then you might find a staking app that pays you 10, 15. That's better than the 6 to 8, which is better than zero. So focus on these kind of things. The reason I think we have to start looking at that is because one of the reasons, I guess anyway, is I think I see Ben Cohen talk about it. I see Elliot Trades talk about it, and his TA guy Crown that they use now. These guys know stuff. They're really good at charts. So it looks like um, we're having diminishing returns, like we're the law of diminishing returns. Over time, the returns are less and less, meaning the pumps that Bitcoin does every year get a little bit less than the previous year, and they take a little bit longer. They're stretched out, and what comes with that is less higher pumps, but more less volatility, and it's more stability, and that's ultimately what you want. That's why I think we want to focus on looking into other ways to exist through the bear market. Because first, we don't know how long this bull market is going to last. We don't know if it's over now. I don't think it is, but when it happens, historically at least, it's called a blow off top. It's a parabolic action cultivated with a blow off top, where everything just shoots down, it rockets down. You can't even catch the falling knife, and you wouldn't want to. But when it gets to that peak, you don't know when to peak it. There's no way to stop the cascading. So it leaves you alarmed. You either made money because you took profit at the top, or you lost all your money and you're ready to kill somebody. Okay, so you have to come in at the end and gather your stuff and say, what's my next move going to be? Do I even have money to make a move? Instead of wait until then, get take one knife out the drawer and stick it into your bear market plans for the future now, so that you have that process set already, and all you have to do is gather your mind and start putting it in there. You already have the box open. Now you can just add to it and ride through the bear market. But I do think right now I can sacrifice what's going to happen now to open that drawer and plan for my future. And I have like I'm on the DAOs. The DAOs now are, with the 30,000, 50,000. Some of them even now have million% APYs. Like that's absolutely insane. There's no way in the world I would believe that's true. But maybe it doesn't last or end up at that price that you get that amount of return. But it's something. And it's worth at least looking at. It's a new technology. Maybe this is something that rich people have been using all the time. That's what crypto does. It introduces small people, small budgets, not small people like, but small balanced people, money people. It allows you to take advantage of the big money games that have been going on. It's called decentralized finance. That means you want to stake into this $1 billion company. You want to loan them some money so they can do what they have to do with it. Sure, you used to be able to do that. You had $250 million before you knew where you can do that. You had to be an accredited investor. Now you can say, hey, I got $100. Take my 100 with your other $30 billion. Then you have 30 billion and 100 now, and you get your return from that. So these DAOs, these new DAOs, may be that kind of thing where they're saying, we're going to let you invest. We'll take your money as well. We're doing this peer to peer. That's what decentralization and crypto is based on and founded on. The NFTs. I want to talk about the NFTs. We did the diminishing returns. I want you to keep focused on that. The the, the JPEGs. I think this is just me talking. I don't know. There's no thing behind this. Just a feeling. It's what I do here. The $1 million JPEG deal is probably going to be kind of close to over now. Okay, I think we're already getting out of that PFP. You're buying a picture for $1 million just to be, you know, part of this, to have this clout. Maybe the people who have that already have it. I don't think there's going to be too many more of those or any more of those. Ultimately, all the pictures are going to go as close to zero as possible, if not to zero, and just be done. So you have to look how you want to handle that when you get into it. Start looking for NFTs that have a utility that brings you a return, a money. If they do airdrops or more utility or more NFTs for holding your NFTs, and those NFTs that they drop you have value too, you can sell those. Look at stuff like that. Look at stuff that provides you a yield token, or a gaming aspect that provides a yield, or just a good way to have some fun. Look for the NFTs that do something worthwhile and invest in those. And then when you're invested in them, I learned this. This is some serious new people NFT alpha. Okay, and I don't have any NFT alpha. But if you're new, I learned the hard way. Do not buy into an NFT if you can't buy multiples. That is so big because it seems wasteful, right? But if you buy three, say, what you have is you bought three of these at mint, or you bought three of them on the secondary market at a low price. What you're doing, if you mint anyway, for sure, but if you're getting them low on the secondary market, like shortly after they came out, you have, what you want to do is, NFTs are really, really, really illiquid. You don't have your money when it's in NFTs. Okay, and you can't just dump them if they're going up. You can, but you're going to lose that money. So if you buy three, what you can do is come on and say, I'm going to buy one right at the beginning. Well, if this thing pumps, I'm going to sell one. And I hope to get that one, the liquidity back from the three that I bought at a cheaper price. Okay, if it pumps high enough to give me all of my money back, I'm selling it. The other two, I can just hold for the ride. Okay, now you have free NFTs. That's the only way to do this. When you buy one and it ramps up, you want to get that money out, right? But it's going up so high, you're like, I don't want to sell it because then I won't have it anymore. I'll be totally out this game. I finally found one that works. I want to hold it. So your value is going up, your net worth is going up, but you don't get to realize it, because if you sell it, you will get that money. But then you're out of that game. Now you have to find another one or buy back in. So that's why I say buy three. So you sell one, try to get your liquidity back. And then you have two to go. And if you get into any financial crunch, 2 months down the line, then you could sell another one. When you sell another one, you still have one left in the game, and you give yourself a little bit of liquidity to live again, and you're actually up at that point. And you still have one left in the game. That's the way to play the NFT game. It is tough if you have one trying to make that decision. Should I sell now? Because everybody says get in and hold it, don't sell. We're diamond hands. We're gonna hold to Valhalla. Yeah, well, you lose. You lose because I've been so many NFTs right now that had a wee little pump when you start. They look hot. Then they start going down. You're like, that's fine. I'll just catch one at the bottom. Maybe I'll buy another one. But they never come back, and they're never gonna come back. And you look, check the discords and you check Twitter and you say, hey, what is going on? Like, hey, well, you guys are selling them. You're not even trying to hold them. Wait, I gave you my money. What you want me to work for you when I paid you for this picture? I thought you had a plan. No, I didn't have a plan. We we just thought the graphic was cool and we'd make all our money and then we'll head out. Like that's what it seems like is going on. So if you believe in a project and you think you checked them out well, NFTs are a positive thing to get into. There are a lot of things are going to come in NFTs. They're not going to be pictures anymore. It's going to be a lot of utility. People are putting staking LP packages as an NFT. Like they're doing all kind of life things, putting their music out, putting their art out. The art is great. You can invest in that for what comes of that later. But as far as the PFPs, what people call the $1 million JPEGs, you have to be careful. And if you catch those early, I don't think a better advice I can give is to buy. Don't buy it if you can't afford like 2 or 3 of them minimum. If you got 5, it's even better. If you got 10, it's even better. But 2 or 3 minimum, or stay away from that one, and you're going to save yourself a whole bunch of heartache. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging around for my blatherings and sticking to the end. um, yeah, I hope you enjoy your day. It's getting tough out here, but I think it's coming back. Everybody just hold tight to see what Jerome Powell has to say and how that affects the market. I really feel like it's bubbling up and it's about to take back off finally. Not to be done by the end of the year. It's going to be, I think it'll be a slow up, all the way through January, February, maybe even March. But I do think we will have reached the type of numbers that everybody was hoping for. Um, if you're still in it, I think we'll get to there. All right, cool. If you get a chance, I'd love to if you can take a peek at some of my other videos, that would be beautiful. I would appreciate it. That helps YouTube to recognize that, hey, maybe people want to hear something that a guy like me has to say. If you do. And if you don't, I would appreciate if you could at least leave me a like here and maybe even leave me a comment and tell me about why you don't like that. I would appreciate that. I like the good and the bad. I'll take them both. All right, cool, guys. Enjoy yourself, and I hope you make some money out there.